Guess what? It's Dumpster's Dive. What was that? Just let me put my beer down for a moment. Dumpster Dive time. You've probably seen one of these in your local music shop. Quite a bit of fun, rather perky. All kinds of high brand, highly desirable speakers and headphones. They don't do the least bit for me. Here are my headphones. I have a few sets obviously, but these are my favourites. Philips. Cost about $29, and after 18 months of reliable service, just last week I had to cut a few inches off the cord and reattach it inside, because obviously there was a bit of cord deterioration. Other than that, absolutely perfect. I have no interest in spending several $100s. So I'm going to tear down these guys. I dived in a bin for them. I leave a fridge off the top of them. So darn it, I am going to tear them down, have a bit of play and see what's inside. I notice these are screens. I don't know if they're touch screens or not. I am slightly interested in the mirrors, or at least interested in staying away from them. But there's a couple of screens in there, and the backs of these machines are untampered. So there's not much to give away. Not a whole lot of information there, other than they're fairly solidly built and probably contain something that they didn't want stolen. Hopefully it's something like a Raspberry Pi equivalent. I could say exactly, but I don't actually remember. There's a fourth one that I've already taken down, and we're going to have a quick look inside it. It can apparently operate on something called Linux Meson, and the guy giving the lecture on Linux Meson was quite disappointed to find out that actually it seems to be able to run on any version of Linux. It is basically just an ARM processor made by a company called AMLOGIC. So I suspect I can probably play a game on it. They come with SD cards and so forth, and basically it's ready to go. So I'm going to consume my lovely Matilda Bay, which despite containing hops and barley and 4.5% alcohol, still somehow manages to contain a large quantity of natural sugar. Really quite delicious. So the stage is set for a music feast and an entertaining evening beyond what I ever deemed possible. Let's see what we can do with it. Well, I've pulled out the business end of these machines. There's what appears to be a 10-inch screen on the front, and on the back we have an incredibly impressive digital audio output breakout board. It's got about 10 audio jacks on it. Actually, half of them are power jacks. It's got about 6 audio jacks on it. A whole pile of inputs for the switches, for the momentary push button switches on the front of the audio boxes. And as far as I can tell, it's got what appears to be a computer inside. Allow me to nudge this screen out and show you. Out she comes to reveal it's quite a large Pi equivalent. I mean, you know, it's a good size. I don't have large hands. I've had a look up on the data sheet. AMLOGIC 6210DP, and it's an audiovisual playback chip, as you might have guessed. There is a Linux version for it, specifically for it, but apparently it seems to be able to take any versions of Linux. But it was disappointingly designed as a picture, as one of these digital. Let me switch it on. A digital photo frame driver. Flick on the power there. Quite a bit of gain coming through. I've got this one plugged into an audio jack and an input power jack, and that is it. Drawing 1/3 of an amp, and that's what we've got. Some kind of bootloader. in fairness, it actually looks like it's maybe not a bootloader, but maybe more of a an audiovisual playback ROM, or possibly a RAM. Can't really tell, but but they I'll flick it off again. They did come with a bunch of these memory cards. So if we flick one of those in, turn it on again, slightly different result. Pretty cool little video, and there's actually quite a few on there. And it's got Hello Happy from Sherelle Williams as well, which is one of my favourites. So I've actually got a pair of Marley headphones, and I like their selection of music on there. Although my Marley headphones came from eBay for $10, and naturally they were broken. But I expected them to have a bad lead. I repaired that in about 10 minutes and had a great pair of headphones. Well, a reasonable pair. I actually prefer my cheap Philips's. But they don't say Beats on it, so I'm happy. Alright. Well, we could sit here and watch the music clips on there, but we're not going to do that. I'm going to flick it over and see what other information we can glean from it, and then we're going to try and install Linux on it. See how that goes. Okay, let's flick it over and see what happens. One of those other boxes had nothing but MP3 players in it, and they had a bunch of these Kingston memory cards. They seem lovely quality, but now I've got Linux on a Toshiba thumb drive. Let's turn it on and see what happens. The SD card that I put Linux on didn't work, didn't boot from it. I think the SD card's purely for storage. And yeah, same problem. It just goes straight to this video player mode. It appears quite difficult to get a copy of Linux onto this machine. It appears to just want to play the files in the audio player. So and there's no other memory card in there. I can't see any small micro SDs. So I suspect the problem is it's going to require some kind of BIOS flash, some kind of firmware flash, which is not impossible to do, but it's not necessarily a job for me. I have a lot of perpetual motion work to do. This is probably a job for someone else. So I'm going to stick these on stick them on eBay for $10 or so. See if anyone wants to have a giggle. Probably a lot of fun because the video playback is quite good. It appears to have a lot more power than a Raspberry Pi. At least my Raspberry Pi was absolutely terrible at playing videos, but this is actually very good. Much better. So yeah, could be promising. So yeah, I'll let you know if there's any updates on Linux. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Well, here's the final follow-up. Although this machine only has a single USB port, as you can see, a USB hub didn't help the situation. I've now got the memory card in there, which it reads, no problem whatsoever, and displays the files, no problem whatsoever. That would be a Raspbian Linux. And the keyboard has no effect. Unfortunately, it just won't do anything with the keyboard plugged in. Nor will it do anything with a mouse, nor is it a touchscreen. So yeah, it's going to take some reading on a crazy Russian website to get this one working, I think. And my time allowance on it was only an hour, so there might be some masochists out there who want to put a good couple of nights into it. Sounds like a lot of fun. I'm jealous of them, I will concede, but that is not me. Not at the moment. Not me. Too much to do. So, thanks for watching. Jump on eBay. Buy them if you're a masochist. And good fucking luck to you. See you next time.